All right. Squad 4 OKR agenda. Waiting for it to load. Gani is secretary.
Yes.
And Gani, go ahead and come into the meeting on the video and just mute out your mic and volume so that we can see you. See your beautiful face, Gani. Okay, so as I'm recording, this is always going to be a little bit slower than if I'm not. So let's take a look. Hi, Cynthia. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, fantastic. Okay, so hey, hi Ara, again. Okay, so we have no more new business. Okay, so Wyan has delegated me to be the chair. We've started the recording, and Gani is the secretary. Let's start with new business first, or start with old business first. So, we have talked about this already. I invited everybody to my copywriting guild. I have not checked yet on this particular position. How are we doing on reviews at the moment? Let me ask Cynthia. In terms of review management right now, how do you feel about it from 1 to 5?
Okay, thank you for your time. Well, actually, I haven't did some review for this several days.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've checked the journal about how to handling that review. I also joined when the copywriting skills before,
Okay.
and yeah, I think that is great. And yeah, it will be good if we could apply it
Okay.
to our daily.
Got it.
living.
Okay. And Cynthia, on a scale of 1 to 5, how fully are we applying the responses to bad reviews right now?
Okay, 1 to 5 about replying the reviews. I think I got it on 4.
Okay, good. Let's go over to Rizal. Rizal, do you agree with Cynthia?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fantastic. What about Gani? How are we doing on the reviews right now?
I'm not taking that.
Okay, all right. Okay, so if the reviews aren't an issue, I motion that we can just remove this as a matter of old business and we can continue. Do I have a second? Okay, all right, cool. So, Mr. Secretary, let's go ahead and remove that from old business. Let's go into the second one. All right. I do not believe we've had this discussion, but I think maybe now is a good time to resurface it. There is a discussion happening right now in Squad 1, and what the discussion is around owner limitations for use of the property. So the current format that we're pushing out is that the owners cannot block more than 7 days a month on the calendar for their own use. All right? And the reason for that is actually very, very simple. Let's say, for example, an owner blocks the calendar for a month. Then that kills all the work that content has done, because then that entire listing will disappear from search for one entire month. So those kinds of things, and plus owner taking big, huge group bookings, I think really interferes with our market building process. I'm going to go over to Wayana and ask her what her feedback has been.
Okay. Penutupan data like from like 20 plus out of maybe 2 or 3 property only that they are more get more like direct booking or get it from other channel. But if for example like Papa Sun they get a lot of like direct booking. I don't know how, but somehow the owner have a connection. And what the other one is of course the uncle. So this is the 2 property that actually, because the uncle have like their own booking.com, right?
Right.
So for the uncle in the future, I said already to get like allocation when the second row finish, and then because in the future in total the uncle will have 42 room in total, so they will have no problem to give allocation. But for the Papa Soon, so I was talking to Nangli about it, like, okay, so we can give a limitation to the owner. What happen if they give the limitation and then we can't deliver what we asked for, and then what we do about it? So there was a big discussion with Nangli.
Okay, and what was the outcome of that discussion?
So basically, Nangli will come out with projection
Yeah.
to basically to convince the owner, and then for us to achieve have a benchmark to achieve the goal.
Okay. Let me just state something. Okay. Thank you very much, Wyatt. Is there any more discussion about this topic? Okay. I do think that this is a very important topic because this stops mistakes that we've had in the past from repeating over and over again. In the past, what would happen is we would go in there and we would launch properties. We didn't put any limitation to the owner use, so then they would also have the incentive to find their own bookings. This then gets out of control, and then it starts creating reservation over bookings. It starts creating conflict of interest, and most importantly, it creates non-alignment with our company. So instead of like focusing on how to get Bukit Vista to succeed, they start thinking about how to get themselves to succeed too as well. So
the one, okay. Can I?
yes, go ahead.
One thing that for soon, because we said we can put it on booking.com and Airbnb. Actually, we have the booking.com and Airbnb, these two major
Yeah.
big account.
Mm-hmm.
But they asked like, can you put like Traveloka? I said no, because I can't connect it to the pocket, because that's what the truth from our side. And then they put it on Traveloka. But actually, Traveloka is not a big issue. They have like a lot of connection.
Okay. I think what you need to do, Wayana, is this, right? You need to come back with a more rigid and solid arrangement that increases the sustainability of the partnership. If you have partners that are essentially blocking out rooms for themselves, those are not good partnerships. Those are actually very risky and very fragile partnerships. So I think the idea of a limited use is a good discussion. And if we're not selling, then we're doing something wrong ourselves. And we need to have SLAs. And we need to have SLAs that address that. Okay?
And also I see the statistic that you told me to see it, like Papa Sun listing doesn't look that healthy actually.
Okay. All right.
So
and okay, honestly speaking, if I think we are not actually selling, then we shouldn't be doing business with that property anyways. We should just let it find a different way. We should only be doing business with properties that we're successful with.
But I don't get it, because this property.
All right. Let's end the discussion. This is kind of taking a little bit too long. Is there any other discussion from somebody besides Wayana about this topic? Okay, none. Okay, all right. This needs to be self-tabled. I'm strongly in favor of having a policy that creates less internal friction to the Bukit Vista side. And I think market builders can be held accountable for that, right? As per our SLAs. So let's get these things correct, because everybody else has SLAs to deliver results, and we can't have, this kind of incompatibility continue on. That's one of the things we talked about yesterday, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about today as well. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Can we table this for the next discussion on when's the next meeting, Mr. Secretary?
Next meeting on 2 July.
Okay, great. I would like to have Wayana come back with a list of proposed properties where we can implement this process. And I'd like to have a new market building pitch that implements a limited owner use. And I'd like to actually get some results and data on it before we make assumptions about what owners will say and not say. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Let's move on. Is there any further discussion, or can we close the topic for now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's talk about the vlog distribution. Okay, this one has been pretty fun. Let's see. I'll go ahead and open this and take a look at it. So this discussion came about from the Rizal's vlog on Nusa Penida, and I believe we decided to start distributing it through WhatsApp. Rizal, over to you. Do you have any new results on what the distribution looks like today?
Alright. So I just measure the from the weekly clicks, and from the 16, I just add some hashtags and some description on that, and
Okay.
I also share my video on my Twitter and
Okay.
my Facebook and my Instagram. So the result is from today. the click got 101 on total.
Oh, amazing. Okay, congratulations. Hey, Rizal, can you share your screen and can we take a look at that data, please? I'd like to take a look and see the specific point we're looking for right now, Rizal, is this. So between when we first started, where we did not distribute, Rizal, please share your screen showing that statistic of the 100, okay. As Rizal's sharing his screen, I'd just like to mention something. On the last time we took a look at this, we saw that essentially most of the clicks coming onto the site in the very beginning were only coming from Instagram. We had, or mostly from Instagram. There was 26 clicks, 20 was from Instagram, and then 6 were coming from email and SMS. On the 16th, after we had started distributing it, we saw that 27 were coming from Instagram, 7 were from email, and 1 was from Dropbox Paper, actually. So there was an increase in the total amount, but most of it was still coming from Instagram. Now today, this is the new one, right, Rizal? Oh, we already have it here, right? Ah, fantastic. Okay, so this is a huge improvement. We see that now 52 are coming from Instagram, so we have more engagement on Instagram. 38 are coming from email, SMS. 6 are coming from Dropbox Paper, which is probably our own people. And then there's 5 coming from 2 other sources. And we have very good distribution now. We have more than 21 different countries that are essentially finding in. We have Indonesia, US, and Australia, and then 18 other nationalities that are discovering Rizal's video. Okay, so this WhatsApp program is working really well, and I think we should continue it, yes?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Rizal. That was fun. Okay, let's go back up to the OKRs. For this particular thing, do we have any motions on where we need to put this? Should we delete it? Should we put it in some best practice? What do we want to remember about this? Okay, to Rizal.
I think we can put it on best practice.
Yes, okay, all right, there's a motion for best practice. So the best practice is what exactly? If I may paraphrase, I think the best practice is whenever we have a vlog, distribute it through WhatsApp.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Secretary,
Yes.
do we have a best practice section in Squad 4?
Not yet.
Okay, we have a Squad 4 SLA though,
Yes.
right? Let me open up the SLAs and we'll take a look inside the SLAs and see if there's a section for adding best practices on content delivery. Okay, so as I'm waiting for that document to load, I'll go ahead and continue with any other matters of old business. Okay, the next matter of old business is on leadership. On leadership, we have a Trello board, and this Trello board has already begun, and it shows the Squad 4 OKRs on that Trello board. This is for projects that we want to start. Okay, so that's an FYI. I think, Mr. Secretary, we can just delete that. We are aware that we have a Trello program. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some of our OKRs for this month. Okay, so, oh wait, let's go back up to the SLA. The SLA is finished loading. And for content, okay, I think we have, if the Secretary can open up the Squad 4 SLA, I think we can add a new content best practice. Distribution of vlogs can be distributed through WhatsApp groups to inbound guests. Okay. Okay, while the Secretary puts that in, I will go over and take a look at some of our OKRs for the month and see how do we do. I don't think we have filled in all the data points yet on the after side, but I filled in some. So let's take a look at how these went. The first contribution opportunity was here on higher booking request and inquiry to booking rates. So we took a look at that, and I believe our target was here, right? So we were trying to beat 70.97% in terms of the request rate, and okay, so heavy, okay. And we're trying to beat 70.97 on request rate, and we are trying to beat 60% on, wait, what? What did I want to say? Okay, this is inquiry. Okay, we're trying to beat 60% on inquiry conversion rate and 70% on request conversion rate. Let's see what we have so far. I think we have one data point here. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so this data point is bad. because it doesn't show whether it's a request or inquiry conversion rate, so I'm not sure what that actually means. I put it there, so it's my fault.
Does it look like the request? Then on the pattern that I see,
It looks like request, yeah?
yeah,
Okay.
this is the pattern, right? So
Okay, so the request rate is actually dropping right now. It went from 70.97 to 57 to 60. So it's actually getting a little bit worse than our peak. And that's okay because remember we fail fast, right? So we probably should figure out a reason why this is happening. And then the last bar, since this is a graphic, I'm unable to see. Actually, let's just go ahead and do this. I think I can open the BB stats and just take a live measurement rather than all this other stuff. Okay, come on, speed up. Oh, it's so slow. Okay, let's take a look at the chapter KPIs. So we're looking to beat 70% on request ratios, and we're looking to beat 60% on inquiry ratios, right? So let's take a look at what we're doing. All right, so request ratio looks pretty successful then, right? So it's up to 80% now. Okay, good. So we moved from 70% to a new all-time high of 80%. So requests are looking very good. I think we've succeeded on that OKR. So congratulations. Okay, let's take a look at the other one. So we're looking to beat 60%. So 60% was the high mark when we started before. We're at 41, 42, 22, 42, and 46. Okay, so for the inquiry conversion rate, it doesn't seem like we're actually getting there. So what I'd like to understand is this. Maybe we can put as a matter of old business or just a matter to Cynthia. I think you're the champion on this particular OKR. Just maybe you can write and put up on new business, some show correct, but we were not able to get the inquiry conversion rate up, okay? Okay, fantastic. And then let's take a look at the other ones. I don't think have, the second one, finish onboarding new products and partners. Okay, this one has been done, yeah? Okay, so one confirms that this product over here on the before part 2, this product has been finished. What is it called? Picadia, okay, great. And then we're going to take a look at, let's say this one will take a while to analyze. I don't have necessarily, we've already gone 4 minutes over time. This will take a little bit more time to analyze. I will put it to myself to do the analysis and see if we actually hit the revenue marks on these particular properties. On the next one, so driving the instant book, the booking pace up. So I think this has been successful. This was, okay, excuse me. Let me show everyone the before. So the before was essentially we were looking very sad, and most of the days we're hitting below the average line for the booking pace. This one was owned by Rizal. He was going to add some more attractions and amenities to increase the booking pace. So we'll go to the weekly KPIs and we'll analyze the booking pace. I believe we've succeeded on this result because the booking pace does look much better now than it did before. So looking at the booking pace now and isolating that for squad 4, let's take a look. I'll ask Gani to do the analysis on this. And the question is to Gani, how are we doing since early June in terms of booking pace? Better or worse? Yeah. So from the beginning of June to now, are we doing better or worse?
Beginning of June we got 10,
Yeah.
50, 10 bookings, but at the middle of June we got 33.
Yeah.
And then drop to 30.
Okay.
And then on the last June I think we got 20.
Okay.
Good.
Very good.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, look, basically, if you see the general trend going upwards, then you're doing better. The quick way to be able to tell is how many days are you under the average line and how many days are you over the average line.
Yeah.
So in the early June days, there was 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days that were under the average line. But now in late June, towards the end, almost every day is above the average line. So that as a whole looks pretty good, yeah? So okay, congratulations, thank you very much. I think Rizal hit his OKRs then for June. And then next one, revenue from existing partnerships. We don't have the data on that yet. So maybe I can ask, I would like to nominate Rizal. Rizal, can you pick out the data on these particular list of properties for both the top one, finish onboarding new partners and having new productive launches, and this one, and show us what the revenue graphs look like for these two sets of properties.
Yes, I will, sir.
Okay, fantastic. And just have it ready for us by the next meeting, and then we can see if we succeeded on the revenue expectations there. Okay, that pretty much summarizes it. That's all so we covered all the new business, old business, and we took a look at our SLAs. There's just one thing, I think, before we go into the SLA meeting, somebody should be a data updater, and they need to move all the data up into the after tabs, such as what Rizal's done. I'd like to nominate Rizal actually for a new role. So since Rizal has done actually very good data updates for his own projects, and I want Rizal to be data minded, I nominate Rizal to just update the data on the OKRs so that every time we'll see fresh data and what the most recent results are. Rizal, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic,
Yeah,
very
that'd
good.
be awesome.
Okay, so that way every time we look at the OKRs, we can see what the newest data updates are. Okay, so that being said, okay, great. I can confirm that the secretary has put in the before and after. So Rizal, your practice is now a best practice for content distribution. Thank you very much. And the next chair will be who? Let's see. Oh, I forgot. What's the rotation pattern here in Squad 4? Oh, it's already written. Okay, easy. Okay, so the next one will be me again. The next chair will be Jing, and the secretary will be Cynthia. Very good. All right, so if that's it, then I motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second? Okay, seconded. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see everybody on the 2nd of July.
Thank you, sir.
All right.